What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally fucking be over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. I think. Got his hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey, guys. How you doing tonight?
How's it going?
What's up?
Oh, not too
How
bad.
everyone?
Well, we're a little late tonight. Not too bad. 14 minutes late, but that's okay.
Okay, so
I see 13 minutes late actually.
Oh. Yeah.
I was tracking the half hour, not the on hour. So
You're just happy to be here at all, right, Smitty?
Yeah.
And we got Chris back, fresh from
we do.
his
Hey, Chris,
college trip.
Our college guru.
Yeah, our college guru actually made it to a college game.
He was supposed to live. He was supposed to do game day live for us, but he forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been.
You
wouldn't heard anything.
That would have been the point. It
You
would
were
have been
supposed
very
to be live
entertaining.
from the Ohio State University.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just because of the way, like every time they start moving towards our end of the field, it would flip for the quarter. So like a lot of the game was played on the other end of the field. I was kind of pissed. But I watched seats, but I got to watch it, and I kept looking for you because I knew about where you were from your Snapchats.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I know where he's at. He's right over there. Would you just move the camera, like pan up that direction? I bet I can see him. I was say if you go on the like the Sports Center app, the ESPN app, and like click on the Ohio State thing on the video clip that says like the Bronny chants with LeBron James. If you watch that about midway through, you can pause it. You look over LeBron's shoulder and you can see me sitting there.
Were you sitting behind LeBron?
Yes. Yeah.
How did I miss
LeBron
that?
James. There were a lot of players there. Jerome Bettis was there.
Wow.
LeBron was there. Justin Fields was there. Pretty much, if they were an Ohio State player and in the NFL, they were at that game.
Oh wow.
Zeke was there. Bros was there. They were all there.
Wow. They got the night off.
Yeah, and then the entire 2000. Well, I would just say the vast majority of the 2002 national championship team was honored because it was the 20-year anniversary. Oh, Smitty's favorite national championship team. Ohio State. This is why I hate Ohio State. There's only one team that I hate more than Ohio State.
And the Patriots.
No, it's the Jets.
College team. One college team I hate more than and that is Notre Dame. So it was a good week for you. It was a great week for me. Two teams you hated played, and the team I hate the least won, and I was so happy about it. Yeah. I was cheering. I was jumping up and down. You don't even know.
And because college finally started, we actually have some college stuff to talk about, don't we?
A little bit. Smitty threw a lot of stuff in here, and I was actually like, okay, yeah, I didn't have to change a lot. But so going over the updated AP poll, top 10 teams, Alabama still number one. Georgia, after their shellacking of a very overranked Oregon team, jumped us to number two. We are down to number three because Ohio State is the only team in the country that can lose a game or win a game against a ranked opponent and still drop in the rankings. Michigan, after beating a 3-5 team from last year, Colorado State was 3-5 or 3. They won like 3 games, and they jumped up 4 spots for beating them. Clemson dropped 1. A&M is a no change. Oklahoma is up 2. Notre Dame dropped 3 to number 8. Baylor is up 1 to number 9, and USC is up 4 to number 10.
So wait, if you would have lost, would you have dropped to number 8 then?
If we would have lost, we probably would have dropped to like 6. Yeah, and then Notre Dame would have moved up to number 1 because that's what
the college does. I do not know why they do this.
So I heard some weird thing through the grapevine that actually there's going to be a 12-team playoff in college now.
Yes. So the college football playoff committee approved a 12-team playoff. They're recommending it starts as early, I think, as 2024, but as of right now, it will start in 2026 upon the completion of the contract of the current format.
Mm-hmm.
So, from my understanding, reading it, it's going to be the sixth highest ranked conference champions.
Yep.
So basically, your Power 5 and more than likely your AAC champions, and then 6 at large bids. So that gets your one loss non-conference champion in. That maybe lost one game all year and just didn't make it. A one loss Michigan, right? Yeah. Or a Alabama team that loses in the SEC championship. So that's how that's going to pretty much play out.
And then you watch, they're going to rank number 1 like Alabama, and then like number 12 is going to be like Ohio State, to make sure that they play each other immediately. They don't play each other at the very end. Like, they don't want to have 2 SEC teams play for championship all the time.
I looked at an infographic of it, and the way they had it played, like you would think 1 versus 12, 2 versus 11. They didn't have it that way. The top 4 have a first round bye.
Yeah.
So
it's almost like how the NFL, you said 1 and 2 would have a bye in both the AFC and the NFC. They're kind of doing it that format, seems like.
Yeah. So okay. I think that I was surprised they jumped all the way to 12. I figured they would have went to 8 first.
Yeah, because we were talking we would love to see 12, but 8 would be at least a good start.
Mm-hmm.
And
12,
maybe they listen to us.
Yeah. Hey, 12 is perfect for me. So, couple updates on last week's games. Obviously, like we were talking about earlier, Ohio State won by 11. They beat Notre Dame. Ohio State defense looked amazing compared to last year. Still some things, in my opinion, they need to work out a little bit in the secondary, but much, much, much better.
Well, they just got to learn to start the game.
Well, they need to start the game. Well, that first drive that Notre Dame had, their scoring drive, and it was an amazing catch by their tight end, but it was 100% luck. The dude was on the ground bobbling it and caught it. So, and that, extended the drive, and then, they capitalized. So, but it was just like we had them dead to rights, and then that happened.
Wasn't there a penalty to the game of first down, like a incomplete third down pass?
There was 5 of those throughout the game.
Well, I mean, on that drive.
I think so.
And
there was one drive where literally we had them at 3rd and 9 every play, and then we get called for unnecessary roughness or a personal foul.
Yeah.
And so they got 45 yards in a drive out of penalties from us.
Well, I'm just so happy that you beat them, because
I am too, because I've been a very, very angry drive back from Ohio.
But if you're in the top 10 and you lose a game, you want to lose the first or second game of the season. You do not want to lose later on, because there's no way you climb back up.
Yeah, I mean, and even Notre Dame, right? Say they win out, they still have a chance to get into the playoff.
Yes.
Depending on if we win out, if Georgia or Bama takes a loss, Michigan's going to lose at the end of the season anyway.
That team out north.
Texas A&M's going to get dropped.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Clemson's probably going to stay somewhere in there because the ACC has really nobody unless North Carolina pulls something out of their ass, or NC State.
Yeah.
Excuse me. My Hurricanes, are they ACC still? They demolished super high school over the weekend.
We'll see if Miami gets it done.
70-10 or something.
Speaking of Florida teams, the Florida Gators beat Utah, the number 7 ranked, who dropped out of the top 10 with that.
Wow.
Florida is I think I called it towards the end of last year, or maybe on the first, couple episodes of this season. Florida is going to be, I don't think they're going to be a competitor for the SEC title, but they're going to, piss some people off this season, I think.
Yes, they are. Especially after watch them against Utah.
I give it 2 years, and they're going to be 2, maybe 3 years, and they'll definitely be competing for an SEC title, or at least in contention under Billy Napier.
So you're saying in 2 or 3 years, when the playoffs go to 12 teams, they're going to be competing for...
Yeah, they could very well be competing for a slot, because, Billy Napier, he was the former coach of the Raging Cajuns, So
Raging
he's not the head
Cajuns.
coach of Florida, so we'll see. And then in what I feel was probably the funniest thing ever, Florida State beat LSU on a blocked PAT.
Yes.
And that's still from like the 2-yard line.
And
That's
it
not
should
from
never
the 30
happen.
something.
Yeah.
It should-
Um,
see the-
And then in the post game press conference, Brian Kelly's a douchebag and started blaming his players like openly to the media. And then apparently one of the reporters was late to the press conference, and I guess Kelly said something to him, and the reporter flat out looked at Brian Kelly and was like, "Maybe if you win, I'll be on time." Yeah.
Oh.
Brian Kelly's a douchebag. Like my cousin's a huge Notre Dame fan, and they hate him. Like they were so happy he left and that Marcus Friedman took over. But yeah, I found that little tidbit on the reporter funny.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
And as Smitty has given us the games to watch this week, number 1, Alabama takes on Texas. Steve Sarkisian, I think in his second year at Texas. Quinn Ewers, former Ohio State recruit that never played like 5 snaps in a game and then transferred to Texas, will be the starter, Mr. Mullet himself. I feel this game's going to be a shit show. I think Texas is going to do better than most people think, but I'm still going to say probably Alabama by 14.
I think
College game day is actually there this week, and that's one of the things I will be doing moving forward, is letting you guys know where College game day is and what game they are broadcasting, because that's usually one of the better games.
Yeah.
So is that going to be at Alabama?
I'm not sure. Is it at Texas? It's in College Station. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could have drove up to Alabama and watched the game.
Okay, I'm okay. I don't know for sure. I just know I copied it from the site as it says, and that tells me that Texas, being the second team, is the home.
Yeah, usually it's away.
That's usually how it goes.
home.
Usually, yeah, the bottom team's home.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Yep, it's at Texas.
Yeah.
All right, not driving to Texas.
Yeah.
I'll pick you up on my way,
College
Jeremy.
Station. All right, and then USC versus Stanford. That's always a good game.
Yes.
Yeah.
They always play tight. Florida versus Kentucky. That should be a pretty good game. They're fairly evenly matched. 12 versus 20. Tennessee versus Pitt.
I think Pitt kills Tennessee. I'm honestly.
I don't know. Tennessee's offense is pretty good, so I'm going to say that's going to be probably a 7-point game.
I say it's going to be at least a double digit. So I know we're not going to bet this, but you all remember that he said it's going to be within a 1 score. I say it's going to be at least 2 scores. And I say Pitt, and I think, do you say Pitt or do you say who's going to win that, or just that it's going to be close?
I'm not 100% sure, honestly. I just think it's going to be a close game.
I think 2 scores.
I do think Pitt has the potential to beat Tennessee. We'll see.
Well, Pitt is rated 17 and Tennessee's 24, so you would think Pitt would beat Tennessee, but
but Tennessee's
rate
also.
things
I mean,
very
Pitt's
weird in
ACC.
college.
Tennessee, even though they suck, they are in the SEC. So
I'm
That
hoping
is a
once
very
we
good point.
get to like an actual playoff system where the ratings get closer to each other, to real like ratings, because like in the NFL you have the AFC and the NFC. But you can rate teams a lot better because they have a playoff system. And, like, we know certain teams on the AFC side are much better than the NFC side. And same back and forth.
Yep.
What's up with your mic, Charles? You sound like fuzzy.
I sound fuzzy? Was that
Yeah,
too far away?
Now
or-
you're-
And I do have a soft spot in my chest there for Pitt, because that's where Dan Marino went to college. So
Yes.
And then I added this one. I think this game could be good. Houston, they're number 25, which I still don't think they should be ranked. But
I didn't know that.
yeah, and then they play Texas Tech. I think that should be a fairly competitive game.
I think
It
Texas
might not
Tech
be
takes
the
that.
best game, but I mean, if you like just a competitive game, it'd be something to watch.
So if Texas
Yes, sir.
Tech wins, will Houston drop out of the rankings?
Oh yes.
They'll drop out, and then they might move. They'll in the AAC they'll move up, and then probably get back to 23, 22, somewhere in there.
So we're all shooting for Texas Tech to win.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, if Texas Tech wins, will they be ranked?
Probably not.
Wow, they're that far down the list.
Yeah, probably. It just depends. It also depends on who else loses, who else wins, all those things.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to predict who's going to jump in. It's easy to figure out who's going to fall out, though.
Yep.
And then Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney signed a new 10-year, $115 million deal.
Wow.
And Smitty put, "Are they insane?" Honestly, no, because, pretty much year in, year out, he's competing for an ACC title. And he keeps them up there in the rankings to be able to potentially compete for a national title, especially going into a 12-team playoff. They're going to be up there. So I don't think that they're crazy. Maybe the money, but just
10 years is a long contract for anyone.
Yeah,
That's only 11.5 per year,
the
though.
funny part is, in college, it's really not, considering some of those coaches are there 20, 30 years, it really doesn't seem like
That's
that
a
long.
good point. I didn't think about that.
Well,
How long has Saban been in Alabama?
Yeah, he's been there
Since he
since
left
like
the
the dawn of
frickin'
time.
Miami
Might have been
Dolphins in
why.
dire straits and killed them forever.
He wasn't a good NFL coach.
Saban only has maybe a couple years left before he decides to retire.
Do you actually think he's going to retire, or is he just going to fall? Do you think he's just afraid to retire, that he might die if he retires?
Probably both.
I think he's waiting for his buddy Belichick to retire.
But, and Dabo coached under him, and there's been rumors upon rumors that when when Saban goes, that Dabo's going back to Alabama. So
they want to lock him up.
They could lock him up, and it's hard. Now, if Alabama's willing to pay that money for a buyout to Clemson, they might do it. But, and then I already talked about the reporter roasting Brian Kelly, and this one I think is going to be actually get me to watch College Game Day again, because I normally don't watch it because it's just annoying. But Pat McAfee has signed on to be an analyst for College Game Day.
Really?
He's quickly made a name for himself in
multiple aspects.
Yeah.
Yes, in broadcasting aspects.
And I actually don't mind listening to him either.
Yeah,
especially for a punter.
Yeah.
I'll listen to his Barstool Sports thing that he does with AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
I'll listen to that quite a bit. And then he was doing Friday Night SmackDown for the WWE. That is on hiatus. The WWE and him have agreed that it's a little bit too much to try to do all that traveling between their location for Friday Night SmackDown and College Game Day.
Yeah.
So they said, they're going to basically put him on hiatus until the end of the season, and then he'll return as a commentator for the WWE upon completion of the season.
I think that's awesome. That shows WWE is showing great respect, saying, "Hey, you have this chance to be an NFL guy, or at least a college guy, and then maybe an NFL guy." We're gonna
he's
write
one
a
of the best
storyline.
punters in recent history. So
Yeah.
Well,
if not ever.
The thing is, did he say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna go work for College Game Day. I can't work for you right now," and they said, "Well, we still want you to work for us, so when you're done, come back and your job's still there."
So the clip that I watched with McAfee, he was willing to do the traveling. He wanted to do them both.
Of course he did.
And
yeah, because
WWE
wasn't he
said no.
Hold on, wasn't he the punter that would go up and make the tackles and
yeah, he
destroy?
punted for the Colts.
Yeah,
Yep.
he would
And he
punt
would
and then
work
go
up
make
his
the
own
tackle.
onside.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
his strut, he had the most awesome strut when he would make the tackle too.
Yeah. And the thing is, the most important thing about him is that he's not been charged with sexual assault of a college student.
Yes.
Or sexual misconduct of many, many different women.
Yes.
He gets arrested for drunk in public.
Well, that we expect. That we don't frown upon because all of us have been there. I'm surprised
Heck
all
yeah,
of
we
us
have.
haven't been drunk in public.
We have. I just didn't go to jail for it.
I don't want to be drunk in a
Arrested.
public. I want to be drunk in a bar. Arrest them.
So that is all I have for college this week.
He's trying to follow in Ron White's footsteps.
There you go.
Well, Smitty.
How was that non-intentional grounding?
I don't know.
I don't. They don't call a lot of things we don't understand.
I'm not watching the
This
game,
is
so I
also
don't know.
like the first.
He was
game
trying to
this season.
scramble out of the pocket, and he side shuffled it back to the line.
So
Stafford.
if he leaves the pocket and comes back, that it's not
No,
considered.
he never left the pocket, and he flicked it to get it, and it landed like in the center of his.
Underhand?
Yeah,
I'm just seeing it.
I don't think that's intentional ground when it's underhand. It's like a forward.
But it's a forward pass.
It still is a pass. It is considered a pass.
It still should be considered intentional
I'm
grounding.
just looking at it now. I think he might have been a step outside of the pocket. Let's see.
Is it still 10-0?
Yeah, he's
10-7.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He was a step outside of
Did
the
Cup
pocket. I
catch
don't know
the
why
touchdown?
I'm so far behind.
Yes, he did.
Anyhow, so Smitty, do you have a stupid stat for us?
I have a couple if you want to do those.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It always
Okay,
is
it's
good
gonna
to
be-
break up our NFL and our college day.
Okay, so let's just start this one, okay? This is for all of us to participate in this. This is going to be a question at the end.
All right.
It's unfair. You already know the answers.
In a 1983 game against the Detroit Lions,
Oh, Jeremy knows this.
Washington Redskins or Washington Commanders, running back Reggie Evans had the following stat line. He had 10 carries, 4 yards, and how many touchdowns?
Jeremy.
6.
Jeremy goes with 6. What about you, Travis?
He had what? What was the stats?
10 carries, 4 yards, and how many touchdowns?
Oh, I think I know the right answer now.
4 yards.
I think it's 8 touchdowns.
I'm gonna go with. Well, Jeremy already answered 6, but then he re-answered with 8. So I'm gonna.
What Jeremy's thinking of, because that stat line's in here too. So we're not gonna do that one.
Yeah, I was like,
sorry.
Jeremy's pretty good at this. This is old enough for Jeremy's knowledge to be like actually useful. So I'm gonna go with
what's
the higher
that stat
number.
line? Isn't it like? Doesn't he have like?
Where's it at? It's here somewhere.
It was a running back too, wasn't it?
It was. It's.
Well, when we get to it, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Well, okay.
All right, what's up next, Mitty?
Okay, yeah. In 1979, San Diego Chargers running back Hank Bauer had a grand total of 28 yards for the entire season.
Holy crap.
How many touchdowns did he have?
Ooh.
16.
Go ahead. Okay.
I am going to go with 28 yards for the season.
28 yards for the season.
I'm gonna go with 20.
You guys are just... Okay, Chris, what you got?
I'm gonna go with 9.
You were the closest. It's 8. That was the 8 you were talking about.
I almost said 8.
Well, no, there was one stat that the person had more touchdowns than yards per carry than yards he had in a game, because they kept handing to him on the goal line, so it wasn't even considered a yard carry.
Was that? I think that might have been Bettis.
He did that a few times. There was one he had
here
like
on Bettis.
he had like 8 touchdowns or something, and on like barely any yards.
There is one here for Bettis that I saw, but I'm not going to find it right now. Okay, John Elway and Dan Marino both played in the AFC from 1983 to 1998.
Yep.
And how many times did they actually meet each other in a football game? How many times did they play each other?
Oh, Dan Marino
one
was
played
the
for
Miami
Miami,
Dolphins.
one played for Denver.
Denver was outside of the AFC East back then.
No, Denver was never in the AFC East, but they both were in the AFC.
But you know, I'm working this out because used to be the
How
Indianapolis
many years did they play
Colts.
for?
83 to 98.
Okay, so that's
They both started in
15.
83, and Marino played 1 year longer.
So about 14, 15 years.
How many times do they actually play each other? Now,
So
this is not the teams playing each other, because sometimes one of them might have been injured, so they didn't get to play during the game or something. So,
But
One time,
hold on,
man.
Those,
One time.
Those two were never like injury prone.
No.
Yeah,
Marino did miss
they
the whole year,
always
though,
and they
Catherine.
and those were always playoff teams back then.
No, they weren't.
Marino was usually in the playoffs. He did make it.
Yeah, but Elway wasn't till the end of his career.
Really, Elway was. I thought Elway.
Elway caught fire at the end of his career.
Ah,
He did.
They stacked the
He
team
had a
around
pretty
him.
good bump. He had a pretty good bump, like about 6 years in, 7 years in.
Yeah.
He's right, but Jeremy's right. Near the end is when he really started coming alive.
So you said it was like 15, 16 years, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, about 15 years.
So I am going to go with. So it's every 4 years. So I'm gonna go with 7 times.
Okay, Chris, what you think?
6.
What's Jeremy's?
Jeremy was 1, and the answer is 3.
Oh, so I was right at the beginning.
You were very much right at the very beginning.
They
of the
only
whole
ever played each other 3 times.
Yeah, because of the AFC, you rotate through that group of teams.
Right, it's every 4
Right.
years.
Right.
Yes, but depending,
Oh, rankings.
they never played each other more than that.
Yeah, if Denver sucked bad and Miami was good, then they wouldn't see each other that following year,
Yeah. Well, and they did change how the games are scheduled.
The
now.
rotation went, yes.
The rotation was different before.
Yeah, because when
Up
they
until-
came to like Manning, Brady, and Bledsoe, they would see each other quite often.
Well,
that
that's
was
because the
rivalry.
NFL pushed it that way.
Yeah,
That was the new schedules. How they did the schedules afterwards. They realized if we have high profile players, we should make them play more often than not to kind of build a fake rivalry.
And that's the
So,
reason why I hate Peyton Manning.
I've got 2 more questions or 2 more stats.
All right. Next
What
one.
NFL team has won at least 5 division titles, but during those 5 division titles, failed to win 10 or more games? They won the division title at least 5 times, but they didn't win 10 games during those 5 times.
I'm gonna say it's probably the Packers early on in the years.
They won 10 division titles.
5,
division-
5 division
but didn't
titles.
win 10 or more games.
But
So I'm gonna
didn't
go
win
with the early years of the Packers.
I am going to go with the Eagles.
Chris, have any idea?
I was going to say Eagles as well.
You can say Eagles too. You both can be
Eagles.
right. It's actually the Seattle Seahawks.
Really?
We should have known
That division was shit
Yes.
forever.
Yes, it
Oh.
was.
And Seattle kept winning it like just over like at 9 wins, 8 or 9 wins. They kept winning it. I forgot about that.
Oh,
That's
was-
where beast mode came from originally.
we are at
Sure.
halftime, and they are tied 10-10.
Yes, it's just almost half. They just
Nice.
Well, they just walked off.
Allen threw another pick just over 2 minutes to go. Gave the Rams the ball
Wow,
and good field possession.
I think
I'm
you're
glad I don't
behind
have it on
because
my-
mine says it's halftime now.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't looking at it. Went to commercial. I thought there's still time left. I didn't realize it was already half.
All right,
Okay.
Smitty, so what's your last one?
Okay. My last one is this. Okay, we know that football has been played forever and stuff, but this is since 1970, the merger of the AFL and the NFL. There are 2 teams that have played each other a combined total of 14 times. One team has never beat this other team. Okay. The New York Jets have never beat what NFL football team? Now, obviously, they played 14 times in so many years, so obviously it's not the Patriots, Bills,
since what year?
1970.
1970.
1970.
So if you think about it, they don't play too frequently.
Nope.
So which team has Jets not beaten? And this is the only one. There's not another team out there that hasn't beat another team. This is the one team that hasn't beat this particular one team. They've beaten every other team at least once, but they have not beat this team.
I'm going to say the Jets haven't beaten the New Orleans Saints. That's what I'm going to go
Chris?
with.
I'm just going to say the Bears.
It's a good team. It's a good pick.
Might as well go with your team, right?
I have no clue.
Oh, hold on. I'm running through teams.
I wouldn't know.
Jeremy
Well,
would be the one to know.
All the teams are on the Google Doc because I put them on there.
Oh, no. I'm running through NFC teams in my head. I'm going down this coastlines and whatnot. Let's go with the Cowboys.
Those are all really good guesses. The Cowboys are the closest. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. The Jets have never
Really?
beaten the Eagles. Now, there's more, but I figure I can save them for later if we do
Yep.
it again. If you like it,
Yeah.
I like that. That was a good time.
Yeah.
So no one actually got an answer correct.
Nope. You actually found questions.
I
that
told you it
stumped
were stupid stats.
You actually found questions that were in Jeremy's knowledge area that he didn't know.
But these were such oddities of stupid stats. I had to look hard to find these. I mean, like,
Yes,
I had
but
to pull them to
you
different
do
places.
realize that Jeremy is the king of stupid stats.
Well,
and
I
some
had
of the
the
stats was Jerome Business, and I closed it, but somewhere was Jerome Business having like, I think it was like 14 yards and like 8 touchdowns or something like that. The one he's talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
It was on
Yeah, see, I just forgot
I
what player
skipped
that
it.
was.
All
He
right.
goes, no, I can't give him that one. He already knows that one.
So,
And I did have the 3 right. I second guessed myself too much.
all right. So you want to guys go and talk some NFL stuff?
Nah, NFL's not important.
Nope.
Let's go back to college.
Not at all. Well, now that college is talking playoffs, it might actually be
You
fun
might
to talk
actually
about.
watch a little more.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
I
now
had
I'm
the
gonna have to
games-
start watching now, so that way I know these teams better by the time they actually go to the playoffs, and I can say, "Hey, we can bet on this team." Jeremy, that means Jeremy needs to start watching Saturday's football.
Hey, I am not responsible for college betting. Someone else can take care of that.
I think that sounds like a Chris
I
and
could
Smitty
give you a
game.
good understanding of who might win, but when you start asking me spreads and stuff like that, that I'm not good at.
That's where you got to get that. That's where you make the money, is knowing the spreads.
Yeah.
Who's going to win by what?
That reminds me, I
actually,
gotta make
had
those
college
bets.
football on all day Saturday.
Me too. I am still here, but I'm getting naked, so I had to turn my camera off.
That's why you leave the camera on, so that way we get all the extra views.
No, YouTube will kick us off in a hurry.
Yeah,
They'll see that ball.
That nipple.
That's all they'll see.
That's the only thing to see. So tonight, the game between the Buffalo Bills and Rams, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
Yes, the
That's who
Rams.
you're looking at right now.
Yep, has kicked off the official start of the 2022-2023 NFL season. So some coaches treat week 1 and week 2 almost like an extension of the preseason, but only with starters to iron out the last bit of problems. While others treat these first games as if they're like the Super Bowl. Basically, they want to start off winning, and that way it breeds a function of winning. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So which kind of coach do you think is a better tactic? The one that slow plays it, doesn't really care about these first couple of games. Like, they care, but they want to, like, it's more about ironing out the problems than it is about winning the game.
Well,
Or the ones that balls to the wall want to win the game no matter what, and they may be losing in the end of the season.
I
What's
believe
that guy's name in Kansas City, the coach? Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
So you're asking, is it better to be Bill Belichick or Andy Reid? Is that what you're asking?
It's almost like that, yeah. But there's a lot of coaches that look at them both ways. I like right now, Pittsburgh is looking at it saying, "Hey, it's just really an extension of the preseason." But even though he has always been a win first coach, right now he's too worried. He doesn't have really the veteran leadership that he needs for it to be the balls to the wall.
So I believe John Madden was the one who said it. As long as you can make it till Thanksgiving above 500, you have a chance to make it to the playoffs. And once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I would be the type of coach that's trying to win the very first game because that's a win in the win column. But if I do not, I'm not over analyzing it. I'm not too concerned about it. Everyone talks about the first month of the season. Oh, the first 4 games, and they're going to go down 1 game to 3 or whatever, 1 loss or 1 win, 3 losses. They'll be so far behind. That is not so far behind. I mean, it seems like it is at the time, but by mid-season or by month 3 or 10 games in, you were 1-3 the first month, and now you're, 6-5. It's like, guess what? You're still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
So a random stat I heard recently: 4 of the 8 division winners from last year lost on opening weekend.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But I think 12 of the 16 teams that made it to the playoffs won week 1. Or 10 of the 16. No, 10 of the 14. There's 7, right? Yeah, 7 on 7.
Right.
10 of the 14.
Yeah. So what do you think, Chris? What kind of coach would you be?
Just judging, and I think it also, to me, depends on what division you play in. But if you have some serious issues and you're trying to work them out, that's fine. I think those first couple games probably aren't going to hurt you too bad. But at the same time, you want to. I think it's a more balanced. Like, you want to work out the issues while still being competitive, at least. You don't want to just go out there, try to work out issues and get shellacked.
You're always still trying to win the game.
Right. But I think it also just depends on what kind of division you're in. Because if you're in one of those divisions, that 1 or 2 games might make a difference, whether you get in or not, it's kind of that decision you have to make.
Yeah, because
me personally, I would probably try to win just because I'm an ass.
Hey, no, you're honest. You're honest, because I'm back and forth. Where if I'm gonna have problems, I want them to be in preseason. I want to be ready to go, balls to the wall, game 1, not working out problems, and I'm having to learn how not to do that with 8U right now.
We heard you were yelling at 8-year-olds.
Yes,
so.
they're between the ages.
I heard he was looking up to yell at them, though.
No, Brody's the tallest, and he's still like an inch and a half shorter than me. But like, I'm still having to work people in and out because they look good in one spot or in practice, and when it gets to the game, they're not so good. But like, by the time you're in the pros, these guys know where they should be, and so I would think I would want to work, even if I had to play my starters in preseason games, if I was not getting the information I needed out of practice, because even though they're having joint practice, it's not like a game setting. It is a little different. It's like an organized game, and so I would want to be balls to the wall. I would want to be like, hey, the season's going. We're counting everything. We need to be ready to go.
I think it also depends if you're playing in division or out of division too. Because like this game, they're non-division opponents, so a loss here doesn't. It has to be so far down the tiebreaker line in order to matter.
Yep.
So it's like there's a time where the in division, like if you're an AFC team inside your AFC division, you want to win those games. But if you're playing an NFC team, it's not as critical. Because in order to get to that tiebreaker point, it's so far down the numbers. It's like there's so many other tiebreakers that probably already took precedent over over that game.
Yep. Yeah, this game is probably the perfect thing because it's really going to tiebreakers with this game is actually going to be way.
I hope they end in a tie.
That would be funny. The first game played actually ends up in a tie. That would be defending Super Bowl champions and the predicted winners of the Super Bowl end in a tie.
The favorite.
Yeah, the favored Super Bowl champions are end up in a tie. That will be talked about for months now. All right. So since we're talking about winners, let's talk about losers. So which team in the league do you think is going to be the biggest loser, and they're going to get to pick number 1 overall next year?
Well, if you're reading this, we have an NFL predictor that I know me and Nate did, so I have to look at mine, but I already know.
I did it too. Hold on, let me pull it up.
And I think it's going to be. I forgot who I said.
That's really specific there.
I think it was Atlanta.
The Atlanta Falcons. Okay. So, Jeremy, Chris, who do you think?
I was going to say the Jets.
The Jets?
Yeah, that's probably a good pick.
That's a good pick, too.
I mean, there's a few of them out there that's pretty good, but I think the Jets are going to be better than I want them to be, so.
I don't know. Mr. Man, our favorite MILF hunter, or Cougar hunter.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. No, I thought Chris's wife, fiance, whatever she is, significant other was younger than him.
It's his wife.
Hear me?
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
That's a good pick.
That is a good pick. I think I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Yo, I think that's a bad pick.
That's a bad pick.
That is a bad pick.
I think
McCaffrey's going to be healthy for at least 4 weeks. So
I think they're going to fight for possibly
I just hope so because I have him in my fantasy league.
Yeah, I have him in this fantasy league that he was auto drafted while I got kicked off.
Right.
I'm surprised nobody picked Texans.
See, but Texans
that's a good one too.
Texans are a good one, but they still have them. What's the quarterback from last year, who went
Mills? Towards the end of the season, he really caught fire.
Yeah,
too.
he finally showed up, and I think they're going to be better than we think. If anybody, I think could be the biggest failure would be the Jaguars. Actually, I think
I think the Jaguars are going to take a step too.
I think the Jaguars are going to be close to probably a 5 or 6 win team this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have a real coach. Sunshine's a good quarterback. He needed a real NFL coach and some receivers.
And that's why I think ATN's going to have a good season because he's actually got the offensive scheme.
Once he gets playing, but
is ETN technically the backup running back too?
He is right now, yes.
Because what's his name had a great year last year until he got benched because he was a dumb coach.
What would awesome would have been if what's his name? Lawrence was on
Trevor Lawrence
Titans team.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Sunshine. That would have been.
Sunshine.
It would have been better.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
So there are 2 revenge games coming up this week. We got the Broncos.
There's more than that.
Oh, 2 major revenge ones. This I think was added by Smitty.
I did because of the 2 quarterbacks being put to the 2 different teams.
Yeah. So we got the Browns versus the Seahawks. The Broncos versus the Seahawks, and the Browns versus the Panthers. So, which player, whether it's Mayfield or Wilson, will get the revenge on their former team?
Both.
You think both the Broncos and the Panthers? Are gonna win?
Yeah. Oh, Broncos are going to kill Seattle.
Oh, I think so too.
Hold on. Are they playing? They're not playing at Denver. They're playing at Seattle, right?
Yeah, they're playing Monday Night Football at Seattle.
Oh,
but Seattle has Geno Smith and Drew Lock as quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yep.
That is why Tyler Lockett in my other league is not starting.
I think the Broncos win. The Panthers-Brown game. I think the Panthers are better than the Browns. The Browns is a dumpster fire.
You got to think Mayfield before he got hurt. He had taken his team to the playoffs in a very competitive division and won a playoff game against a division rival.
Yep.
So
he was not a bad quarterback.
No.
No, he's not a bad quarterback. Now, do you think that's actual fuel for the 2 quarterbacks, Wilson and Mayfield too?
Definitely.
I don't think it's fuel for Wilson because I think Wilson asked to be. I think Wilson talked to Pete Carroll and said, "Listen, why did my TV just kick me out of this game?" But
was that really what he said?
Yes, that is exactly what he said. But I think he talked to him and said, "Listen, we need to change something. This isn't working anymore."
And Pete Carroll said,
if you're going to be rebuilding, I want out." And Pete said, "All right, if we can get the right compensation, we'll consider it." Where Mayfield, they said, "Hey, yeah, we're going to go after this person that has 20-something sexual assault accusations, and we're going to guarantee his full contract instead of opting for your 5th-year option."
Yeah.
Or instead of paying your 5th-year option.
Which would have been cheaper.
Yes,
right.
A lot cheaper.
And they took a very big gamble on Watson.
Watson.
Yeah.
Especially because he hasn't played in over a calendar year.
Yeah, right. And he's suspended for how long now?
11 games.
Yeah, he's suspended for more than half the season.
Yeah, and we just don't know how good he's going to do. So I think because Mayfield went in there and won that job.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was given to him. There was a starting quarterback in place, and he won that job.
And I mean, think about last year before McCaffrey got hurt, they were like 4-1. They were doing really well. Carolina has a lot of talent on that team.
They do.
But their talent revolves around McCaffrey being there and healthy.
And if as long as he's healthy and you have a good quarterback that can distribute the ball,
Well, I mean, and Sam Darnold is only an average at best quarterback. Baker's proven
Sam Darnold mediocre.
He's more than he's better than a top than the 15 spot quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
Not much better, but he is better than the top.
They have more, right? Doesn't Panthers have more?
Yeah.
The wide receiver and the defense is pretty stout too. So
yeah, that defense is pretty good.
Yeah, I think they win some games.
All right, so I'm gonna leave the football adjacent question out of here. Let's talk about some. Which is the hardest conference this year in the NFC or the AFC?
Yes,
we got the AFC East is the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, and then on the NFC side with the Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants.
See, now what I did, I put these on here because me and Nate were having this conversation, and I want to try to break it down per like mirror images, the AFC East, NFC East.
So is the AFC East or the NFC East harder, basically?
I'd say the AFC.
And then I try to put in down like who I think was actually going to win that division, like the worst.
Top 1 to 4, yeah.
So like Jets versus Giants, which one's better? So and kind of like.
And the funny part is, I don't disagree with this top 1 to 4. With the
and then the one gets knocked off, then once you do the count up, okay, well I guess the AFC is the better team because it has. That's the way I was doing this.
So the AFC one,
AFC East
is tougher than the NFC East. Okay.
Well, but do you think the Bills are better than the Eagles?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you think the Dolphins are better than the Cowboys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think the Patriots are better than the Commanders?
Yes, I think the Commanders are a dumpster fire right now. They went after Wentz for some dumb reason.
Do you think the Jets are better than the Giants?
That is a coin flip, but probably not.
Hey, guess what? It doesn't matter. They both play in the same dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So basically, the AFC East is 3-1 or 3 in a tie.
Yeah.
So right now the AFC is the better division right now. So we go to the second group.
So next
you switched it here.
Yes, I went. Yes.
All right. So next we have the NFC, the Rams, the Cardinals, the 49ers, and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And then on the AFC, we have the Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos.
I think this is a AFC as well.
I think this is an even split.
Rams or Chiefs?
Well, I think the top one is going to be a split, but I think the rest of them.
No, because the Rams are better than Chiefs because the Chiefs lost a bunch of weapons. Unless his offensive line is better,
I don't agree with this. I don't think the Chiefs win the division this year.
Okay, so you think one of these other teams is going to be better? Think the Broncos go to the top?
I think the Raiders go to the top and followed closely by the Chargers. I think the Chiefs are third in their division.
So you think the Chiefs is the third. So all those three teams are pretty much like 1A, 1B, and 1C.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the Rams might beat the one team, but the rest of them, 2 through 4, go to the AFC.
Okay, so we think that the Seahawks are the worst team out of all four of these.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the second worst team out of all four of these is the 49ers.
Yeah. No, I think the Cardinals are going to be worse than the Niners this year.
Okay.
Even after his contract, I think they're going to fall.
The point is the Rams might be the best team, but then it's Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos, and then the rest of the NFC.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So the AFC wins that.
The AFC wins that one. So actually, there was some talk on the radio about this earlier, where if you were to pick like the top team, like the AFC teams that make the playoffs and the NFC teams that make the playoffs, you're actually trying to figure out which of the best teams you're going to have to leave out on the AFC side.
Dude, Josh Allen just stiff-armed the hell out of this DB.
And right now in the NFC, you're worrying about which losing team you're going to have to put into the playoffs. Right. So if you had to choose 7 teams, you're going to have a much harder time figuring out which of the best losers are going to make the NFC playoffs compared to the best in the AFC winners are going to have to lose out and miss the playoffs.
So the next one, the AFC, this is the South?
This is South.
Yeah, so you got
Colts,
Titans,
Texans, Jags.
Titans,
Jags, Texans.
Yes.
Or Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Falcons.
So
I think this goes to the NFC. Yeah, I think the Bucks and Saints are definitely.
Well, the Saints is still a question. Well, he's gotten much better. When he was healthy, he was doing a good job down at the Saints.
The Saints were were fighting for that division when he was healthy.
But also, they lost their head coach.
Yes, but they replaced him with someone who's already been in that system. They didn't pull someone new in. And all the other coaching staff remained the same. So, yeah, the head coach is gone, but when you retain everyone else, I'm sure if he has a question, he still has a direct line to Sean Payton saying, hey, listen, what were you doing when you did this? I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm sure he's more than willing to help out.
That's what his headphones is actually calling on Sunday.
Yes.
Sean Payton just coaching from home.
That's new work from home coaching option.
So we do agree the Bucks are better than the Colts, but we're disagreeing on the Titans and Saints.
No, I think the Titans and Saints are going to be a coin flip.
Okay, we'll skip them. Okay, so we'll say they.
So you
knock
think
each
the
other
Titans
out.
are better? The Saints are better than the Titans?
I think the Titans are better than the Saints.
Yes, I think the
Not by
Titans are
much.
better than the Saints. I think the Bucks are better than the Colts.
Absolutely.
The Panthers, Jaguars. Really,
I think the Panthers are going to be better than the Jags.
Yeah.
I think the Jags are going to be good, but I think Panthers are going to be better.
Falcons better than Texans?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe I said the Falcons were going to be the number one pick. I agree with that. Falcons are better than the Texans. So that is definitely the NFC.
All right.
So
Next,
in the
we
last
got the
one.
Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions, or the Bengals, Baltimore, the Baltimore Ravens, Steelers, Browns. See, this is the problem. You went back and forth. You instead of just going.
I did.
I'm like,
did it on
Baltimore.
purpose.
Who the fuck is Baltimore?
I think this is split.
Yeah, I think this is.
This might be a 50-50 division.
I mean, Bengals, Packers, that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need to see who shows up in the Bengals, basically. If the Bengals
If
from
they're the
last
team
year,
from last year,
yeah,
then yeah, they're a dangerous team.
Yeah, the Packers might, with no receivers, with all brand new receivers, may not be as definitive winners as previous years.
Hey, 17-10 now. Allen just threw it on a touchdown.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he did. I just watched it now.
They just kicked the extra point on my TV.
Oh, I'm watching it on Apollo, so.
Oh, I'm watching it on Plex.
Nah. So that means Plex is, even though it's the same thing, it's a little bit behind. That's okay. Anyhow, so really, what I'm seeing
I
here...
think the Steelers are better than Chicago, and I think the Browns. I think the Lions are going to be better than the Bears this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the Baltimore Vikings or Baltimore?
Who just why are you deleting things?
Who's the Kraken? Why is Kraken
I'm
deleting
deleting those because those were toss-ups. So no
Oh.
team was actually better, so they deleted each other.
What I'm seeing is basically the AFC is going to be a tougher division than the NFC.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing right now.
It looks like it's the AFC has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams, while the NFC has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Like I said, in order to win to be in the playoffs in the AFC, you may have to have 11 wins this year.
Yes, you are probably
Minimum.
right about that.
I have a feeling the AFC to get into the playoffs, you're going to need a minimum of 11, if not 12.
That's what I said. 11 on that last.
It's actually on here.
Few
It says
podcasts
that.
ago.
Jeremy 11 games, Smitty 10 games, Travis 10 games, but that was just the playoffs themselves.
Yeah,
No, that was the AFC
to make
for the playoffs.
that was the make it into the playoffs. But
On the AFC side.
Oh, was that the AFC side? I thought
That
that
was the AFC side because we were talking about how many quarterbacks moved to the AFC this year and how tough the AFC division was going to be.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I think the NFC, you're going to have a few teams in that are 8 and 9, maybe 9 and 8.
Kind of like the Saints for that 1 year.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, that doesn't. Teams have come from that and still won it, so it's nothing different. It's nothing new, but
yeah,
I mean that's how we got the beast mode because they were 7 and 9, and he ran through the whole entire Saints defense on that one play.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Okay, does Smitty have a question of the week?
I do not. That was my question of the week.
Okay. And we did the bets last week, so we don't need to really. We can go over them.
Yeah. So the Thick and Thin Sportscast does not support or advocate anyone to actually place monetary bets on anything we talk about on this show. This is for entertainment purposes only. We are not professionals. Never bet money you cannot afford to lose. If you or anyone you know has or thinks they have a gambling problem, the national hotline is 1-800-522-4700 and is 100% confidential and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, please go to ncpgambling.com. So we decided we are going to bet on 4 teams this week, which is unusual because we only go with 3, but usually that first week is almost guarantees. The Titans, when you looked earlier.
Okay,
last
hold on. I'll go through the list.
Okay.
I'm gonna match it up with current stats. So the Ravens are still favored by 7 over the Jets.
Okay.
My
plan is to go make these bets tomorrow.
So I said we should do Philly -4 over the Lions. No one else liked that one.
Nope.
I also said the 49ers -7 over the Bears. Sorry, Chris. No one else liked that one.
Nope.
I was defending Chris's team.
Yeah. My opinion is still out on them.
I don't trust the 49ers this year.
At the time, I picked Miami by 3 over the Patriots. It's now up to 3.5.
Okay, I still go with that.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm okay with that.
The Titans are still 5.5 favorites over the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are the Packers still 1.5?
Packers are still 1.5 over the Vikings.
Okay.
I did see a stat today that I didn't know that Aaron Rodgers is 2-2 in the last 2 years against the Vikings. He's 500% against the Vikings.
Yeah, that one scared me the most, I think. But Nate was very confident in that one, so.
Yeah. 1.5 points, and we're not parlaying any of them, so. All right. So, I forgot to open that. So
you got to open up our thing so we can make our picks.
Yes, I need to go to that sheet. Well, I got to go to that.
Oh, next Thursday night is a good game.
What is next Thursday night?
Chargers Chiefs.
Ooh, that is going to be a good game.
That is going to be a good game.
I might be a little distracted on the podcast. I mean, back-to-back good Thursday night games. That's crazy.
I have a feeling that we're going to see better Thursday night games than we've seen previous years.
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to do a lot of divisional rivalry games on Thursday nights.
Just because I think this is the only week that all the Thursday night game isn't solely on Amazon. And Amazon basically told them, we're tired of these crap Thursday night games. You better give us better games.
Is that what they did?
That's what it sure seems like it. Alright, let me just check to make sure that the thing is going to show up properly. Of course it's not. Ball picks. Alrighty.
I can pull up Nate's picks. He did send them. I know I saw them.
Stretch the screen. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, you want to pull up Nate's picks for us?
I swear he sent them to us on the thick and thin.
He did. No, I think it was in the Muppets
the
chat.
fantasy chat.
No, I think it was in the Muppet chat.
Okay, we got 2 Nate Ding chats.
Yes, we do.
You can thank fucking Nate for that shiznit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nate's the king of chats.
That's why I get mad, because he'll when he goes on his rants or on his I'm bored as hell, he hits every single chat, so my phone just sits there and vibrates.
He figures you have it between your legs.
There's a reason why I have it set so my Facebook chats turn off after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
What the heck happened to all this? Just because the head coach Zimmer is all over this thing. You know what? We're not even looking at that no more. We were about to get our picks in.
All right, so I actually have to turn off Gail's picture. Oh. Okay, so I'll have to fix these later because your pictures aren't. Well, Jeremy's not center, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Oh, there you go. All right.
I was leaning to the side a little bit.
So, because Nate has decided that he is going to take a little hiatus from us because he doesn't want to talk football other than harass us in the chat, which we enjoy because that means he's watching.
Okay, I just forwarded his picks to our group chat.
I'm looking at them.
All right.
Oh.
So I get to start off now, and it's in the order of how everybody joined the thing. So I get to
Bye,
start.
Smitty.
No, I'm still here. Sorry.
I know. I see your dolphin.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are at the Cincinnati Bengals at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, hold on. There we go. I knew something was wrong. Sunday. All right. Let me just go here.
Dang, that's loud as hell,
Click
man.
the screen. Why is
You must be enjoying that
welcome.
Pepsi Cola.
Oh yes, Pepsi Cola.
Or that
There
was
we
a nice
go.
big slurp.
There we go. Much better.
That one was for you, Smitty.
Thank you, baby boy.
Escape. All right. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are the first 1 o'clock game on Sunday. They are going to the Cincinnati Bengals. I am going to go with the Bengals on that one. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
I am going with the Bengals as well.
Bengals. Chris.
Bungles.
Bungles. Smitty.
Meow, meow.
He's going with the Bengals as well. All right, Smitty, you got Nate's?
I do. He wants the kitty kitties.
He's going with the Bengals also. All right, Jeremy, you're up next. The San Francisco 49ers at the Chicago Bears.
Niners.
Chris, are you going to go with your Bears?
I'm going to go with my Bears, but I reserve the right to my disclaimer here that it's probably not going to happen.
Smitty,
So
who are you going to go with?
He thinks the Niners, but he's choosing Bears out of loyalty.
It's playing at Soldier Field
They're at the Bears, yes, at Soldier Field.
Oh, shit.
with Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think so. I'm guessing.
Whoa! How often does that happen? And because of that,
about 8 or 9 times every year.
at least this year anyway.
And
Because
last
that's
year.
happening like that, I am going to say that it's definitely the 49ers.
All right, who's Nate saying they're going to go with?
The 49ers as well.
49ers.
He is going with the Niners. I am also. This is a toss-up. We got two rookie quarterbacks.
They're both second-year quarterbacks.
Second-year quarterbacks that never really saw the field last year.
I'm going off supporting cast over anything else.
Yeah,
and the defense.
Yes.
I think the
Niners defense is nasty.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners.
I have them in, I think, our league, actually.
I know that. I mean, they got that quarterback, Joe Montana. He's amazing, and Jerry Rice. You can't go against him.
Can't go wrong with Steve Young. All right.
No, it's what's his name? Who was after Young? The left-hander.
Oh no, Steve Young was left-handed.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy after Young. Who was the guy after Young?
Yeah.
He was number 5.
That don't matter. So,
All right. Well, next we got Chris. You got the first pick. The Philadelphia Eagles are at the Detroit Lions.
Take the Eagles.
Taking the Eagles. Smitty, where are you going?
that's an eagle.
Fly, Eagle, fly. Where's
Nate's also
Nate
going with
going?
the Eagles.
Nate
Yes.
also went with the Eagles. I would like the Detroit Lions to win, but I'm going to go with the Eagles. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
Make it the sweep.
We're
Make
sweeping
it a
Eagles.
sweep.
All right, Smitty.
Yes.
We got the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. So you're picking the Pats, right?
Well, I actually thought about it, considering the fact that Bill Belichick brought his team down 5 days early, and he don't usually do that. And people were saying stupid things because they're so stupid sometimes. When
Yeah, Bart Scott
Yeah.
specifically.
Freaking morons! Jeez, leave me alone. I'm going with the Dolphins. I just think their Patriots have trouble in South Beach.
Yes, they do.
Every
Miami
year.
does have a better team this year for the first time in forever.
All right, who's Nate going with?
Fins, I'm sure.
Always he would bet against the Pats any day of the week. You know what? The funny
Yeah, he
part
has
is,
Dolphins on that list.
I am a real Patriots fan. I love my Patriots, but I know the truth. I am going with the Miami Dolphins to win. Jeremy, who you doing?
I'm going with the Patriots.
Going with the Patriots.
No, he has who you're doing.
He's doing all 53 of them. Chris, who you going with?
Did I steal your thunder?
No, I'm like torn, but I'm gonna go with the Pats.
Ooh. Well, you gotta
Wow.
talk it out when you're torn, because I do it, and we all do it. All right,
He
since
just
we
needs
have
to be different.
since we
I
have
just
Nate's
don't like the
list,
Pats, so that's why I'm torn. But realistically, I'm gonna go with the Pats.
the Cleveland Browns are at the Carolina Panthers. Who did Nate
Jeff
pick?
Garcia.
Panthers.
Sorry, Jeff Garcia was the quarterback there.
Yes, Garcia. That's it.
I'm sorry, that just popped in my head.
Cleveland Browns or the Carolina Panthers? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
No, Mo doesn't play. And who's on first?
What?
What's on second?
Who?
Did you see that there was actually that happened in real life? There was
Yes.
a
It was a
a
who.
what on-
No, there was a who on first. He plays
and
first
there was
base,
a
and his name is
and there,
who.
the guy on third I think was the same too.
No, I don't know who's on third. No, I don't know who's the shortstop, right?
Yeah.
Who, what, when?
Yeah, it was like WEN was his name was on third or something.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Panthers on that one. Journey, who you can go with?
I told you the Panthers are winning.
Panthers are winning. Chris, who you going with?
I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Panthers. Smitty, you making a sweepage?
I am.
Some Panthers for the Smitty. All right, I got the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. I'm gonna go with the Colts. Yeah. Jeremy, who you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with Mr. 28-3.
The Colts.
That would be.
Chris, who you gonna go with?
I'm going with the Colts as well.
I find it funny that Chris and Smitty got the reference right away and Travis had to think about it.
Smitty.
Who the Colts playing?
The Texans.
The Texans. The Houstons.
I'm gonna go with the Matty Ice team of the Colts.
The new Matty Ice team.
So you're drinking Natty Ices on Sundays, is that what you're telling us?
I am.
And
Yeah,
who
I
is
am.
Nate going with?
The
Texans. Really?
Yep.
All right, Journey, you get the first pick. The New Orleans Saints are at the Atlanta Falcons.
Saints.
Saints because the
Although
Falcons,
that's a scary one because Atlanta usually takes one of those games, but that was with Matt Ryan, so
yes,
I don't trust what's his name, the Hawaiian.
Oh, do you not trust Hawaiians?
No, I know many Hawaiians I trust. I just don't trust that Hawaiian as a quarterback.
Chris, who you gonna go with?
Who are we picking again?
Saints at Falcons.
I'm go with the Saints.
Saints. Smitty, who you gonna go with?
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go. I'm going with Saints in case you didn't get the reference.
Is Nate going with the Falcons because he likes?
No,
to be
he's
different?
going with the Saints.
Really? All right. I am also going to go with Dad's Saints. All right, Chris. You have the Baltimore Ravens against a high school team.
Hey,
Otherwise known
that's
as
a
the Jets.
revenge game. That's Joe Flacco versus his old team.
Who's the high school team?
The Jets.
The Jets.
Oh, I had to make sure I understood who we were talking about here.
There's a toss-up there. There's the Jets, there's the Jags, there's the Lions. It could be any of the three.
That's true.
I think
Giants.
the Jets are the biggest high school team. So where are you going
I
to go?
think the Jets are going to be better than the Giants this year.
All right, where are you going to go, Chris?
I said the Ravens.
Oh, I didn't hear
Oh.
you. Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
Smitty, who are you going to go with? The Ravens.
Yes, I'm going with the Lamar Jackson and the mighty Murphy Power Rangers.
Well, I need to get him to get some points considering he got auto-drafted to me.
I still can't believe he dropped Knox. You realize he got an extension this past week too?
That's
A nice hefty extension.
Who's
But,
Nate going with?
Huh?
Who's Nate going with?
Ravens.
He is going with the Ravens. I am also going with the Ravens.
Make it
Jeremy,
a
are you
sweep.
going with the Jets? The Jets?
Make it the sweep. Make it the sweep. We are sweeping with the Ravens.
Smitty, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, the last 1 o'clock game against the Washington Commanders, the Commies.
I hate this because I like the Commies a lot, but I'm going with Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Who is Nate going with?
Commanders.
Is he really?
Yep.
So if they were the football team still, I might pick them. But since they're the Commanders, I ain't going with Jacksonville. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
This one bothers me.
It does.
I mean, if it wasn't Carson Wentz, if it was still what's his name from last year, Heineken or Heineke.
Or Patrick.
Yes, or even Fitzmagic. I'd consider the Commanders. But, I mean, think about last year. Wentz had the Colts defense backing him and still couldn't beat the Jags. And the Jags were coached by an idiot.
Yes.
So I'm going to take the Jags.
I heard that Watson wanted him as his coach.
All right, Chris.
Myers?
Are you sweeping it?
That's not sweep.
No.
Nate picked Commanders.
Oh, yes. Oh, the important sweep, I guess we're going to call it now.
The on-air sweep?
The on-air sweep.
Chris?
Bueller. Who you going with, Bueller? Jacksonville.
I didn't hear your audio is all. I'm sorry.
No, none of us did. I saw Liz move. All right, so Nate.
I heard egg.
Nate gets the first.
I'm going to go with egg.
425 game. I think it's 425 and not 405. The Green Bay Packers are at the Minnesota Vikings. So who did Nate go with?
Oh, he definitely has to be choosing the Vikings.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, that's what I see. Vikings all over.
Yeah, that's what I see. Vikings everywhere. He'll choose the Packers till the day he dies, because he's a Packers fan, not a football fan.
Yeah, he's picked against Packers on occasion. I'm the only one that has not picked against my team.
No, that's not true. You did pick against them once.
No, he did.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago he picked against them.
No, I'm pretty sure
one
I
time.
said it, but then
I think it was a playoff game. I think that was the only difference. It was a playoff game.
Yeah, in the playoff game you picked against them.
Yes.
Well, they didn't play in the playoffs, so what the hell are you
Yes,
talking
they did 2 years ago. They lost first round.
I am gonna go with the Packers. Jeremy, who are you gonna go with? This is a tough game, but I'm gonna go with the Packers. It's 1.5 points, Jeremy.
Let's go with the Vikings.
All right, Chris.
I'm going to go with the Packers.
Packers. Smitty.
After I saw that stat today, and Aaron Rodgers without his greatest weapon, which was, his receiver, but he makes receivers great. Minnesota's scary, but I'm going the Packs.
Go Pack, go. All right. I got the New York Giants at the Tennessee Titans. Oh, that's an easy pick. Tennessee Titans all the way. Jeremy, who you going with?
Titans.
Chris. Titans. Smitty.
Titans.
Titans. Oop. And who is Nate going with? The Giants? Should we automatically pick
Titans.
the NFC team?
Titans. I thought Smitty was looking at it.
No, I closed it once you started naming them.
All right. So Jeremy, we got the Raiders at the Chargers.
This game sucks.
It does, but it's only down the street for the Raiders.
It's pretty much a home game for the Raiders.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the team that won the last game of the season between the last game of this regular season last year.
And that would be the Chargers, if I remember correctly, right?
No, that would be the Raiders. Kept them out of the playoffs. Kept the Chargers out of the playoffs.
Oh, yes. That was the tie game. That was the one we were all begging. That went into overtime, and we were all begging for them just to tie, so that way.
And the Raiders coach was gonna let it go to a tie.
Yep.
But the Chargers coach called a timeout like an
Yep.
idiot.
That was
He openly came out and said the odds of making it weren't that good. We were just gonna let the clock run out because then there's no way we weren't making the playoffs. But the Chargers had to call a timeout. And he said, well, they gave us timeout, so we figured, we could take our time, we can line up, and we can kick it.
Right.
Yep. Teach you guys just let things play. All right, Chris, who you going to go with? Chris.
I'm thinking.
Think louder.
Think out loud.
The rest of us do.
Who'd Jeremy pick?
He went with the Raiders.
I'll take the Raiders. I got Carr on my fantasy team.
All right, there you go. Smitty, who you going to go with?
The lightning bolts.
Sounds like he's getting electrocuted, so he's going with Chargers. Who's Smitty going? Who's Nate going with, Jeremy?
Raiders.
He's going with the Raiders. This is almost one of those where I want to flip a coin. Because the Chargers are looking for payback for not making the playoffs last year. But the Raiders are...
These are two very... This division's going to be a toss-up all year.
Yes.
Unless a big-name player gets hurt, it's going to be a toss-up pretty much all year.
But,
unless I got to be like in the middle of the season, like two of the teams are like 2-7 or something. They're like, okay, well, maybe they just fell apart.
No, I think they're still going to play each other tough.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what I would... See, I'm banking on the Raiders want to come out and win just because not Jeff.
On McVay?
No.
Or no?
McVay's Rams.
The new head coach of the Raiders.
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels is trying to come out there and make a statement. So I'm
trying to win from Denver.
I'm gonna go. Well, that was bad. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. That's what he's trying to
Why
shake
I went
off.
with the lightning bolts.
Chris, you get the first pick. The Kansas City Chiefs are at the Arizona Cardinals.
Take the Chiefs.
He's taking the Chiefs. Smitty, who you gonna go with?
This is a harder game than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Arizona.
Gonna go with Arizona.
Smitty, did you say Josh Allen was your quarterback in fantasy?
No, I said I'm glad he's not my quarterback in fantasy.
Oh, well, he just ran a touchdown.
Yeah, he can bite my ass.
I liked having him as a quarterback in fantasy last year. He was pretty good. Nate. Who is Nate going with?
Oh, sorry, I got out of that. I'm getting questions about fantasy lineup from someone else. Which, actually, you guys can all help me on that one.
We could.
Which game are we looking at?
The Kansas City Chiefs, Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals, he has.
He's going Cardinals. When does the new video game come out? It's not for a couple months, right?
No, the new video game came out a while ago.
No, the one he plays like NFL.
Call of Duty?
Yes.
He plays Call of Duty?
Oh, yeah.
They keep coming out with new versions of it.
I'm going to go... You know what? It's been out for like a month. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I think he'll be okay. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
You know, with Arizona, they're a fast start team, and then they fade towards the end of the season. So.
Yes, they do.
But I'm torn on this one, though, really bad, because they don't have Mr. Doped Up receiver to start the season for the first 6 games.
Yes, he is on suspension. So who are you going to go with?
I'm going with Arizona still.
Go with Arizona. All right,
because the Chiefs don't have Hill.
We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys.
Who's picking?
You are.
I'm looking for my cheat sheet here.
Cheat sheet?
Yeah, I saw the future.
Okay.
I gotta go with Tampa Bay.
Gotta go Tampa Bay. Who's Nate going with?
Who do you think? Who does he hate so much he'd never pick?
Oh, he's going with Cowboys, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I am going with the Tampa Bay. Even though he took a whole 11 days off, I think they'll come out and beat the Cowboys. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
So wait, tell me the difference between this. Matt Stafford was pretty much missed 90% of the preseason because of off-season elbow surgery, and yet it was barely talked about for the longest time. They dabbed on it a little bit here and there, and yet Brady takes 10 days off that he wasn't going to play anyways, and it's a big news story.
Yep.
I'm going Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. It's only because Brady was healthy. That is the only reason it was a big news story. Chris, who are you going to go with?
I'm going with Tampa Bay.
No, it's because Brady's ancient in football years.
Hell, he's dead in football years.
He is dead in football years.
Who is Nate going to go with on Monday night between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks?
He's going Broncos.
He's going Broncos. I am also going Broncos on that one. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
I am also going Broncos.
That's 3 for the Broncos. Chris, where are you going?
I'm going with the Ponies.
Going to Mile High. Smitty, where are you going?
No. That's a horse. You can't tell.
A horse is a horse, of course.
A horse is always a horse.
Mr. Head. All right, let's hit save. We're good. And we are all done with our picks.
Okay, so I forwarded the lineup in the group chat. This is my old babysitter. She now lives out in Montana or somewhere like that. And now she's doing fantasy for the first time ever, and she's asking if she should move anyone.
Oh, it's in the group chat? Well, read the group chat.
Yes. Okay, so currently she has in her slots Brady as quarterback, McCaffrey as running back, Javon Williams, Denver running back, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Darrell Waller, the Las Vegas tight end.
You sure we want to do this on the show?
Yeah, why not? It doesn't. It doesn't relate to any of our fantasy teams.
It's too late for her to move Diggs because Diggs is already playing.
Yeah, I know.
And he's getting crap for points.
Travis Etienne, the Patriots defense.
That's an idea to get rid of.
Evan McPherson, the kicker.
Get rid of the Pats defense. They are crap.
Okay, so on her bench she has Ramondre Stevenson, the Pats running back.
Yeah.
George Kittle, who's questionable. Allen Robinson the second, but can't move. Hunter Renfrow. Aaron Rodgers, kicker Matt Gay, or Rashad Bateman, Baltimore wide receiver.
Wide receiver, yeah.
I'd consider moving Travis Etienne off. I just don't know who put in that flex position.
I think Bateman might be a good pick for that.
Etienne.
I was going to say Renfrow.
Yeah, he's like a Cole Beasley type player where he's good for usually at least 7 to 10 points.
So we tell her take Etienne out of flex, put Renfrow in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Travis Etienne.
Do we want Brady or Rodgers this week?
That's a toss-up.
That's a coin flip.
Yeah.
Because it's not a coin flip at all.
Who are you gonna go with, Smitty?
Oh, Rodgers all day.
Really? Today you would go with Rodgers for him?
Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Mostly because of the teams that they're playing. Because Tampa Bay, they got to play Dallas, and they have a really stud type defensive line that's going to, probably get this.
Well, they lost a lot of their defensive line over there.
But they got 2 of their Pro Bowlers still playing.
It looks
Minnesota,
like
that's a good team, but they don't have the defense Dallas does.
So it looks like Nate got on here and started writing Zimmer is gone, Zimmer is gone, Zimmer is gone.
Oh, but then again, I guess technically Tampa Bay has better receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why it's a toss-up.
I'd keep Tom Brady.
Matt Stafford intercepted again.
Really?
on a pass to Cooper Kupp that he couldn't catch.
Oh, I have Kupp on my. He's in my.
Don't worry,
fantasy.
Kupp's already scored a touchdown, so shut up. Shut up.
No, I need to beat you. I need to start off my season.
You are
beating
beating
you.
me.
Yeah, but Diggs isn't getting me a lot of points. Kupp is like on track to get me a good amount of points, but I need him to catch more touchdowns.
I got 2 players playing right now too, and neither one give me dick.
Yeah, but that's a tight end and a running back.
ETN out and Patriots defense out.
Yeah, get rid of the Pats defense.
No,
if
they don't have an option for Patriots defense. She doesn't have a defense to play.
She can pick up a different defense.
If she can get Tennessee, because like almost nobody picks them, they're predicted to get some good points this week, and they're only playing the Giants. They're gonna get points this week.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
I think we are all set. I think this is all we want to talk about this week. Everybody go enjoy the rest of the Buffalo-Los Angeles Rams game.
Rams are currently losing 24-10.
Yes, they are.
And Matt Stafford just threw another interception.
Yes, they did. All right. Bye, everybody.
That's all, folks.
See you next